What to the formerly enslaved is the 4th of July. As we gather with family and friends today, I'd like to ask a question that isn't new, but remains profoundly relevant. What to the formerly enslaved and their descendants is the 4th of July, and what should it represent? You know, that question echoes the famous 1852 address by Frederick Douglass. What to the slave is the 4th of July. Douglass challenged America to reconcile its language of liberty with the brutal reality of slavery. He didn't reject the ideals that was expressed in the Declaration of Independence. He more or less challenged the nation to live up to them. So now imagine July 4th, 1776. Not from the halls where independence was declared, but from the quarters where the slave, the men, the women, and the children had awakened before sunrise. Imagine a mother wondering whether her child would be sold away. Imagine a father heading to the fields under the crack of a whip. Imagine families denied the ability to read, to vote, to own property, to determine their own future, while bells rang and speeches celebrated liberty. Millions of people of African descent remained in chains on this day. Native people faced displacement, and many others were excluded from the promises of the Constitution that were being proclaimed. That contrasts part of our national story, too. So when I see Black Americans enthusiastically waving the flag whose early history includes both the promise of freedom and the painful reality of slavery, I think about that. I think about that contradiction. That flag represents aspirations that many fought to make real, but those aspirations were not equally extended to everyone in 1776. So now, don't misunderstand me. I love seeing families together. I love the cookouts. I love the children laughing. I love communities celebrating. But there's something beautiful about people gathering in peace. So we support that. But this isn't about becoming a killjoy. This is just me rambling. This is consider something. It's about remembering that celebration without remembering the unintentional erasure of the sacrifices of those who labor helped to build this nation while being denied. The social and economic consequences of history did not disappear overnight. And see, many continue to debate how those legacies shape our communities. I don't know, perhaps this 4th of July we can reclaim something deeper than just the fireworks. We can reclaim independence of thought, independence of purpose, independence of action. So let's honor those who had every reason to hope for freedom, even when they had no reason to celebrate it. And let's remain vigilant. Every generation has a responsibility to safeguard constitutional rights, expand opportunity, and ensure that the promises of liberty and equal justice continue to reach more people, not fewer. So whatever our political differences, citizenship requires us to stay informed, engaged, and willing to hold our institutions accountable. And we got to be held accountable to the highest ideals. Maybe that's the real work of freedom, not just simply celebrating independence once a year, but continue the work to make its promises more complete. I'm T.D. Alameen, and those are just my rambles of an Aristocrat. Peace and blessings.